You're looking at the historic Coffin Factory lofts built back in the 1880s right here in downtown Toronto. This massive building was home to dozens of artists and musicians up until a few months ago. That's when they say they were allegedly kicked out illegally. Only a handful of residents still live here, and earlier today we took a tour inside the building with them to see what's left behind. It's already all boarded up.
Yes, it is. They boarded it up literally the next day that everybody left the building.
How long were you living in this building?
I've been here for 13 years. This is the only entrance to the building here.
Abandoned units, empty hallways, family photos on the floor, and clothes in piles. Signs that tenants left in a panic.
He has everything here. He left his life. I mean, he wasn't aware that he was allowed to come back in. He just got scared and stressed.
The Coffin Factory lofts, now a virtual ghost town.
It's pretty dark because this used to be a very vibrant community.
Renan Yildiz-Dogan and Natasha McDonald are among only a handful of residents still living here after developers Aspen Ridge Homes bought the building with plans to convert it to condos. About 6 months ago, tenants say they were given a notice to leave, but no legal eviction notice or compensation.
Pretty much said, no, get the hell out. The locks are going to be changed. There is no compensation.
The minimum legal requirement for evictions is that tenants must be provided 3 months' rent and moving expenses. Tenants here say they've received no such compensation, and on top of that, the developer is allegedly resorting to bullying tactics to push them out, shutting off the water, blocking access to the mail and parking lot, even threatening to turn off the electricity.
Not having water for 5 days has been really tough as well. And then just not having your friends around to kind of feel like there's a community with you. We kind of feel like we're sort of lone wolves fighting the battle. And it feels a bit like principle now, like we don't think that they should have been able to get away with what they did get away with.
Oh, that's brazenly illegal. Eviction is a process in Ontario. So just because the landlord says you have to be out doesn't mean you do.
Hi, this is Tina calling from City News. How are you? We made several attempts to get a response from Aspen Ridge Homes, but our calls and emails weren't returned before deadline.
They're ripping people off, and frankly, they should be held to account. No fixed address, they were couch surfing.
Tenants advocacy groups say this is becoming the #1 issue for renters in Toronto.
5 years ago, it was repairs. 2 years ago, it was affordability. Now, if you follow me into my office, I've got 30 emails from people getting illegally evicted precisely in this way. Again, it is rampant.
In the meantime, Renan and Natasha say they're not giving up. But how long are you willing to live in these circumstances?
At this point, with the principle of it, we're willing to stay as long as it takes.
The councillor for this ward, Joe Cressy, says he is aware of what's going on here. He was out of town for a conference today, but he told us in a statement that this is part of a trend we're seeing affecting affordable spaces being lost due to condo conversion.